Today we are talking about self-confidence. Yes, this very difficult topic, but I've been thinking a lot about it, so let's talk about it. Um, I think everything started when I lost my job. So as I mentioned here, like in previous videos, I'm unemployed right now. I was working in this company until December last year, and then uh, yeah, I left end of December, and since then I've been unemployed, and I've been thinking a lot about like everything basically and how this unemployment has been affecting me somehow. And yeah, like on when was it? On Monday, I went to like this organization that is responsible here for unemployment and everything. And I went there because they invited me to have like a conversation on how they can help me find a new job and everything. And once I was there, it was, like quite a corporate environment, and like, yeah, it felt like an office. Uh, and I was having like all these feelings, like regarding the corporate world, let's say. And then anyway, like I had my conversation with the advisor and everything. Everything went well. But when I left, I was I don't know, like I was feeling these feelings and I texted Marcus and I was like, I think I'm a bit traumatized by the corporate world. And he was like, yeah, what do you like? What do you mean? And I was like, yeah, I think that my previous job somehow like broke all my beliefs regarding like the corporate world. Anyway, uh, and I was like, I don't know. I think I'm a bit traumatized with this with these things. It was not like, it was not all bad. Uh, I think I had like overall like a great journey there. I met like amazing people. I also like achieved a lot of like nice things and did like nice things. But when I left, the feeling was not nice, like regarding the whole experience, let's say. And I think I'm still processing everything uh, because, like I went to that job as I went to my previous jobs, thinking that I would give everything that I had, like I would do my best, I would, uh, yeah, like deliver more than it was expected of me, and like all these things that we are taught that will make us grow uh, and like climb the career ladder. But I was doing all of that, like, and I was also connecting with people. I was like trying to do things with different teams, different projects, like a lot of things. And my goal in the end was to get promoted, and nothing worked out, basically. Like, nothing that I did worked out. Basically, like, it felt like I was doing everything wrong, like, and even though the message that I was receiving from my manager and from like people around me were like different. They were like telling that I was doing like a great job and everything. When I was trying to grow and I was trying to go to a different role, like the response was different, let's say. Uh, and it really, really hit me, like, because I had all these beliefs, these meritocratic like beliefs that I would do a great job and I would be compensated by that. And it was not the case at all. Like, I think that on my row I was somehow, like, because yeah, my manager was seeing like everything, but in the company, like in the bigger picture, I was not feeling compensated at all by the work that I was doing. And it really hit me, like, hit all my, I don't know, like everything that I believed about the corporate world and this belief system that I had, like regarding this. Uh, and like that shook my self confidence somehow. Uh, and then I left that job and I've been unemployed since. And yeah, like I think that the self confidence is still damaged somehow. And then talking to Marcos, I was like, I think I have to regain my self confidence. And he was like, if you like allow me, I think you actually need to build your self confidence instead of like regaining it. And he was like, I think that usually your confidence comes from external things. Um, and now you need to find the confidence like within yourself. And I was like, you have a great point there, because it's true, like I've always uh somehow like built my confidence on top of external factors. So when I was like young, I used to like, yeah, do my best in school to have good grades and everything. So people would see me as the good student, and that would build my confidence, like. And even though I was not feeling confident on my personal side, let's say, at least on my student side, I was feeling confident because yeah, the teachers and everyone, like, they were giving me this feedback that I was like a good student and I was having like good grades and blah blah blah, and they all basically like loved me. So my confidence was, like on them. And then when I went to like, then I went to this Christian group, and also like my confidence there was built upon all those feedbacks that I was getting from people on the job that I was doing and everything. So like again, like I was putting my confidence on others, and also like on university. And then there, like, my confidence was quite like, I don't know, balancing somehow, because it was very different from school. Like I thought that I was a great student because all the feedback that I had like on school. And then I went to university, and it was quite different. Like I was not the best student at all. There were like some other people that were like far better than me, and that was a new experience. So I had to adjust my expectations somehow, but quite like, yeah, in parallel with university, I also started working, and then like my confidence at work uh, self-confidence was like really built on the feedback that I was getting, and usually like the feedback was good, really good. So like, yeah, my self-confidence has always been like built upon like others, like it's not, I don't know why even like saying self-confidence, because it's not self, it was just like the confidence that other people were like giving to me, let's say. So it was not mine, it was from others. But then when I lost my job, like now, and I'm like all by myself, and then I really need my own like self confidence because there's no one like giving this confidence to me, then I'm like really struggling to find it. Um and it's definitely not something that you listen to a podcast about this topic or you read a book about this topic and then you're like, boom, now I know everything I have to do to gain my self confidence and everything. It's not easy, it's not simple. So I'm trying to, like get all the knowledge that I can regarding this topic so I can uh yeah, build my self confidence. But it's tough. It's tough and it's like really really affecting me somehow, like not having this you know and also like I was thinking about my podcast that I keep saying that it's like there still because I never uh I've never said that I stopped it's kind of like on hold. But last year, like I started doing that podcast in like September 2024 and then stopped like putting new content out in May last year, May 2025. And I really think that it was because I was not getting the response that I was expecting, like even though I started as like a personal project and my goal was to have fun and everything, when the numbers were not reflecting what I had imagined for that, then like I started to question everything about myself, because in the end I was talking about myself, and usually like I was sharing the podcast with people that I like know. um and I was like, yeah, if like they don't even like listen to what I have to say, like, and they are the people that know me and they're the closest friends and they're family and everything, and they don't want to listen to what I have to say, then like why would other people like do that? And I was like doing that podcast in like English and also like in Portuguese. I had like two versions. uh I was trying, like things to make the podcast grow somehow. I didn't like do social media because I was out of like Instagram back then and I didn't want to do it. So I was not on social media. I like started a Substack and everything, but nothing was, like paying off, let's say. The podcast was not growing and I was really feeling that I didn't have like anything to say or to share because people were not listening to it. Um, so that also really affected me, and it was kind of like in parallel with all these questions that I was like having regarding my job. So it was everything happening at the same time and I was feeling like really shit. So it was very very hard back then. And I think I've never recovered since, like now I'm trying to do what I can to like gain my self-confidence, but I've never recovered somehow from that experience. And now that I'm doing like this YouTube thing, uh my last video, which was the second one, it had 2 views. Like, and one of them was Marcus. So yeah, like just one view, and maybe this another view was from a friend. So maybe no one saw it, like, and I saw the metrics and the analytics, and I think, yeah, more than 700 people were impacted by the content, but like basically no one clicked. So it's like it's tough, like you really have to know why you are doing this. Otherwise, you are like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I putting all this effort? Uh, and then like only one person is like actually clicking on this and like watching this video, like that I don't know. Why am I doing this? And I keep like asking myself that because I don't want to, like feel the same things that I felt like last year, and I want to be in that shitty place again. So I'm trying to remind myself of like, why am I doing this? Like, and in the end, I'm doing this because, like, it's, I don't know, it's good for me somehow to just sit here, press play, record, and then just talk about like whatever I'm thinking and feeling. I don't know, it's kind of like therapeutical to do that. And maybe you will be watching this, like, and then it will be like a conversation, let's say. And I really hope that like one day this will become like a conversation, like then that I will be here talking to you, and then you will bring me like your thoughts and your questions and even like your critics here in the comments, and then we can talk about these things, like, and then this can become like a conversation, and then this can become like a community and everything, because I truly believe that like it's not only me dealing with like all these things. uh, so I really hope that eventually this will become like a community and a conversation. uh, but so far it's like only me and the camera, and that's it, uh, but I keep doing it because it's fun. It's fun to sit here and do it. I don't know, I think I have like a lot of things to say, but I don't know how to do that in real life. Uh, so yeah, I think that this is kind of like a practice to the real world, and you can see that I struggle with the word world. Anyway, yeah, my mouth, like it's difficult to work with my mouth on this word. But anyway, yeah, like that's why I'm doing this. And I don't have like, I truly don't have an answer about this self confidence thing. I was listening to a podcast uh, with, like the author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I think that this is the name in English. Um, and I was listening a podcast like about confidence, self confidence, like with him this morning, and he was talking about like how like failure can help us build confidence. And yeah, maybe I need to fail more like, like gracefully. Because for me, like failing, it's, yeah, so hard. So hard. Like for me, failing is like proving that I'm like this horrible person and I'm the worst. And yeah, that I'm just the shittiest person ever, like whenever I fail, this is how I feel. So it's not easy for me to fail, but maybe I need to fail more, like and fail more uh publicly like I did with my podcast. But also like if you think about it, like what is failing, like because for some people doing this, like just having the courage to come here and do this, or like having the courage to do the podcast and everything, that is already like a success. So like not having listeners could be just like a consequence, let's say. But like what is failing also, like, but yeah, maybe I just need to allow myself to fail more, like instead of like expecting me to be perfect all the time and to do everything correctly and succeed on everything. Maybe I just need to do stuff knowing that I might fail. Not easy, but maybe that could be like an answer. Cuz then once I like know that I can fail and I can bounce back from that and I can like still, like do other things, then I'm like, yeah, maybe like now I know like what I'm capable of, like, and then I don't need other people telling me that, or like I don't need, yeah, the validation coming from exterior factors, and I can have this within myself. Uh, so yeah, like, but again, if you had thoughts about this self confidence thing, if you struggled with it and somehow you manage to gain your self confidence and find your place, please share here in the comments. Like, I really want to know your experience. And yeah, I really want to know how we can do this, like, and I'm pretty sure that like there are other people struggling with the same things. Sorry that I don't have like an answer for this whole topic, but I think that talking about it and like admitting that we need to work on that, it's the first step, like, and then from here we can, yeah, uh finally gain our self-confidence. But so far we are just talking about it and putting it out there, and let's see if someone uh like has an like answer there for this whole thing. But yeah, that's it for today. uh if you like this video, if you want to see more of like me thinking about all these things, just subscribe to the channel, leave your comment here saying like, yeah, whatever your thoughts on this topic, and also like the video and all these things. Thank you for watching, and yeah, take care, se cuida, and see you next time. Ciao.